musical rehab.
All right, I came in here. This is not a full-on like live stream. I wasn't really expecting anyone to be in here, but I've gotten so many questions. Let me look on my phone to make sure this is up and running. I've gotten so many questions about a video that I did about Suno and about how to remix your own song. And I thought that maybe I would come on here. I don't know if anyone will come into this stream, but it'll be posted up at least for people to see it. Let me check on here, make sure this is running. And the biggest question I got, I believe, is that people were saying to me they didn't know, they didn't get the full thing of how to get your song into Suno to do that. So I figured I would film this. If someone comes in, they come in. If not, it's there to play afterwards. So what we're going to do is go to my my main screen here, my reaction screen, where I have Suno up. And now I'm just going to show you. This is going to be a short live video. I'm going to show you how you actually go about, because people said they didn't really get a good idea of how to do this. So this is how you remix your own song in Suno if you want to use. So what I picked is a song that I have a really old demo. This demo's from like 19, I believe, or maybe 2002, somewhere in there. It was around 2002, about 23 years ago. I recorded it on a Korg 16-track board. So what I'm going to do is show you how I do this. So when you open up Suno, if you need the pro version to remix. That's the whole thing. There's three versions. There's a free version, there's the pro version, then there's the studio version. Now the studio version, what it'll give you is it'll give you the ability to mix every track individually. So as a recording artist, when I did this, I record my own music. I use Reaper. I got an Apollo thing here, and I do it. But I did a video talking about the pluses you could have maybe in doing an old demo and remixing it. I'm not a fan of people I'm not a fan of people just taking ChatGPT, writing lyrics, and then putting it in there and having it do music. This whole video is about how you take your song that you recorded, your demo, and then you could kind of make it sound more professional. Rick Beato just talked about this, but I'll upload right now so we can talk about this as I do this. All right, so you come up here to where you see, let me lock in my screen here. You come up right here to where it says audio. You'll click the audio button. Here we go. You'll go to upload. Now what we're going to do is look on my desktop, and this is the song that I have right here. It's called My Only Sin. Recorded this many, 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 many years ago. So let's take a look at this. We'll click on this. Now it brings this up, and it shows that, let me see how long we had this for. And you'll hit save right here. And now it'll start saving the song. I put the continue. I want to save it to the library right there. So you're saving this entire song over at your library. Now, I already have this song uploaded on here, and I have a shorter version of this, so let me see here. All right. So let me take a look at this here once it comes up. This is a long clip, obviously. This is this version that I took down from the old one. There is actually two songs. There's a hidden song on here. We did a cover of Tiny Dancer. I'll take away from that one, so I'll go back to the original one that I did. But so far what I showed you is that you want to go up to the audio button up top, up here. You can't see my little mouse, but you see it highlights. Audio, you want to click that, and then it'll ask you to find your song, put it on your desktop. As you can see, I'll say a little bit as it's uploading. With the Pro version, you have 2,500 credits. And with 2,500 credits, if you're remixing songs, you get that every month. That's more than you could actually ever use. You're never going to use that many. So let's see here. We're going to go right here. All right. So clip's still uploading, but here's the uploads that I have. Stuff. And My Only Sin right here, I believe, is this song right here. Let me see if... Yes, this is my original version of this song.
Blood through my veins.
So I recorded this 20-some years ago on a Korg,
With passing time.
a Korg 16-track recorder. And I'm going to show you now how once you have this put in here, what you're going to do is come over. It's in your Create, and I have it underneath. It was in my library stuff. You will take this, and you will slide it to drop here to remix. So come over to here, grab this file, drop here to remix. Once you put that in there, here it goes. Your song is in there now. So, and what you'll see is right here, right now, is it's actually taking and it figures out the lyrics for you. It does its best, but what I will say is it's not perfect. You're not getting a perfect... You're not getting the lyrics perfectly. So what I would recommend for someone to do is to take this, save your lyrics somewhere on your screen that you have. Let me bring down. I have actually pulled my lyrics. Let me see here. Pull them over to here. I actually have my lyrics right on this screen. And what I'll do is take my lyrics, copy them, come to Suno here, open this up right here where it says lyrics, take that out, and then paste my lyrics so I know that it's the right ones, that nothing's been changed, it's all the right lyrics. And now you get to pick a style. So you come down here. Once you get in, as I said, I slid my song over from here to the remix thing. Put my lyrics in, and then we'll say a style. This is an acoustic song, so we want it to follow the same style, and we will go acoustic. And once you type that in, you can come over here, hit the magic button, which is an AI button, and it gives you an acoustic track. You could read this all. If you want it to sound like the original, then put your song in there. Do that, put your lyrics, and then just add little things. Say, if you want the voice to be raspy, you could put that in there. So what we'll do, once we get that to there, we have it in. Advanced options right here is following the weirdness I don't really use. I keep it at 50. Style influence is following your style that you did. And audio influence is following what you did guitar-wise. So what it'll do is follow your chords. It'll follow the exact melody you did. It'll do everything. And it's not going to be perfect. You may have to, create this, 10 times to get one that sounds like your original one completely. But we'll hit create here. Now, like I said, I'm doing this video because a lot of people had commented in the previous video I did for this that they were like, we didn't see how you converted the song over. So, as you can see, it's converting right now. These two, here's the original one that I will play. So while I'm waiting for these two here are the ones that it's making.
The warmest blood through my veins, now colder with passing time.
All right. This is a song I did with a friend of mine many years ago. We had an acoustic project that we were doing, so we did this. Like I said, it was recorded on a Korg 16-track board. This is before you had doing all the computer stuff and audio interfaces, and this was just done straight to a board, no dubbing or editing over. I played an acoustic guitar plugged into it, then he did the vocal track, and believe he did a background vocal track too. So let's see. This is still processing. They take a little bit to process. Not crazy, but a little bit. So, and what I'll seem to do is if there's something, I want to try something else too, I'll come down here, I'll look at this, and it says with, when you see, let me pull this down. When you see the arrangement style, an acoustic track, fingerpick, and supple percussions, enriched with warm upright bass, gentle piano. While hand claps and layered harmonies add dynamics to the chorus and the arrangement state, this is going to create something that's completely a little bit different from what I did. So while it's doing that, what I am going to do is right here put acoustic and vocal track only with raspy vocal. So this will follow, this two that I'm creating here will follow more what I did with the original song. So one of them is finished right here. We'll hear what it did. This will probably be like a full band thing. So and what you could hear there is it is following exactly what my guitar part is. The C to E minor, the C to D.
The warmest blood through my veins, now cold with passing time.
So for context to show you, here is the original version.
Blood through my veins.
All right, original, and here's what it came up with.
The warmest blood through my veins, now cold with passing time.
So what you're really getting with
angels'
this,
plans that kept me sane,
something that sounds like a better recording. If you're a songwriter and you wanted to pitch this to an artist, this is a more clean version.
All that once was meant for us has disappeared along with trust. Now it's the end.
See,
cuts I've tried to mend.
it added this
Still
shaker
they
and like
open
kick
when
drum
you're starting all
with a clap
over again.
thing into a song that wasn't in the
This fragile
original.
skin has been broken in, and my only sin is starting all over again.
All right, so there's the first one. We'll go to the second one, see what it did.
The warmest blood through my veins, now cold with passing time. The angels' plans that kept me sane has passed, no longer mine. and all that once was meant for us has disappeared along with trust. Now it's the end, cuts I've tried to mend, still they open when you're.
And now by that point, this is the original up here that we will.
And still they open when you're starting all over again. This fragile skin.
So what you're getting is, when you remix the song, what you're getting is a more polished, like.
Still they open when you're starting all over again. This fragile skin has been broken in, and my only sin is starting all over again.
All right, so that shows you that this is something that, as I put in previous videos, I'm not a huge fan. I love to still play. As you can see, I got guitars. I've got 25 over there, too, that I play, like, and I've always recorded the good old-fashioned way. But what I'm trying to point out in some things, and I think Rick Beato made a great point about it, is that there is things that can be useful in it. If you're a songwriter, this is a great way. Like back in the day when you would write a song, especially the Nashville way, you would write a song on piano or guitar, do a vocal track. Maybe you're not a great vocalist. I'm not a great vocalist. Or, you know, couldn't get a whole band. And you would hire people in Nashville to play the entire song for you. So they can make a strong demo of your song that you could pitch to a record label or pitch to an artist that you wanted to sell it. In this is essentially doing that. It's taking everything I did, the exact same chord progression, exact same melody, exact same lyrics, and creating a more polished version of what I had done.
With compromise.
It's actually following word for word and chord-wise what I did. So we'll check out real quick here what we did with this. Has got a raspy vocal, I think, maybe. And I put just acoustic only to match what the original was. So
Through my veins, now cold with passing time. The angel's plans that kept me sane has passed, no longer mine. And all that once was meant for us has disappeared along with trust. Now it's the end, cuts I've tried to mend.
all right, to show you in that part how close that matches, here we go. This is the original version.
And all that once was meant for us has disappeared along with trust.
Original version.
Disappeared along with trust. Now it's the end, cuts I've tried to mend. Still they open when you're starting all over again. This fragile skin has been broken in, and my only sin is starting all over again.
All right, so that point is I wanted to come on here and show people how to do the remix version of this song, to do one of their own songs that they have. You will notice when you upload the song now into Suno, it'll say, hey, is this your song? Do you own rights to this? Because they're trying to stop the new copyright laws, especially dealing with AI. This song right here, if I went to copyright it to myself, is no problem for me to copyright, because even the Suno version that's a more cleaned up is still following my music, melody, and lyrics. The three key pieces you're going to have to copywriting your own song. all it did was make a more professional sounding version of an old demo. So if you're an artist that 20 years ago you were in a band and you just recorded a bunch of songs on a tape recorder or something like that, and you wanted to like get newer, upgraded versions of their songs, your songs that have a more professional sounding quality, then I think this is a great option. It's like I said, if you live in Nashville or you live anywhere and you make a demo to sell to people, a lot of times you take that song, you ship it out to a bunch of musicians to record you a professional sounding demo to pitch to an artist. This is a way that you could do that. And what I'll show you, one other thing on here that's pretty cool with this is that if you click on the three little dots in the song, you obviously have download, so you can download an MP3, WAV, or video. I download in WAV if I were to do this, just so I can open it up in a mastering program and mess with it. But another thing that's really cool is in the Pro version and the Studio version, you have Get Stems. And with the stems, you can extract like 10 credits, which isn't much when you got 2,500, and it'll give you the audio track and a vocal track. And where that could be really important for some people is if you're not a singer, you're not a great singer, say the otherwise you're a singer, you're not a great musician, you could just play the chords you want. What you could do then is pull, because it'll follow your tempo, everything you did and your thing. So if I recorded all the music for this, I want to use all my music, but I needed a vocal track for it, I could then take these two stems that I have and just extract the vocal track, open up in my DAW and move that in, and it'll fit right into place in my DAW. So it's using my music. It's just as if I hired a Fiverr singer to come in and sing the song. So it's really cool features in here. I could tell you this one here, like say there's both stems. One's the instrumental right here, and one is the vocal performance. So you just get them, you come over into here and detect stems, and then you would download them all. It's that simple. And like I said, the only reason I'm making this video is because I did a previous one, and there were so many people commenting that were like, okay, but you didn't show me how to upload the song and how to get started. So I wanted to do this live stream, put it up here. I knew no one would really be in the live stream, but it's something that could be watched afterwards. And if I did get someone in that had a question about it, they could ask a question. And basically, this is a great way. So, like, let me come here and open up. You won't see these in here fully because it's on another screen, but I'm going to open up. You should be able to hear it. One's listed as the instrumental, and the other one's the lead vocal. So, let me see here.
Now cold with passing time, the angels' plans that kept me sane.
So if I had the music saved that I recorded, wanted to use all my original music and not have Suno's music, I can just extract this vocal, take it, open it up in my DAW, and put it in there because it's at the same exact tempo of the original song. So it's really pretty cool for being able to do your own stuff. And as I said, I just heard, I kind of watch a lot of other streamers, and this is such a controversial topic with everyone talking about Suno and AI and things like that. And what I wanted to point out is that it is going to happen. I mean, I hate to say it. It is what it is. It's going to happen. It's AI is here, and it's not going anywhere. It's hopefully finding a way that the industry can put it so people aren't putting out songs that are just AI driven and nothing, no life behind them. Because I did in my previous video to this, as if someone comes on here, I had people get mad at me on the stream when I did the ones of what the benefit could be. And they're like, AI's garbage, I'm unsubscribing to your channel, because they were mad that I was showing. But I also did a second video on the dangers of this. And I took a song where I said I wanted to write a horror movie theme song. And I basically just had ChatGPT write me lyrics. I slid the lyrics in here, wrote a prompt that said, write me a metal song that was a horror theme song. Here's the lyrics I got from ChatGPT. And it actually made a really decent song without me having to do anything. I created an entire song in 2 minutes. It was done, and that's the scary part of it. What I'm saying here with this is that you can still use this to be creative. If you have your own demos, you don't have the ability. A lot of people don't have the money. Like, I use a lot on my original songs. You'll see on my page, my Spotify, I've been doing albums since like 2017, putting stuff out where there was no AI, and I would use like Fiverr. I would send the song with the lyrics out to people, and they would record a vocal track. What this does is give you the ability to have a vocalist and pick the style of vocalist you want. It's going to be an AI vocal, but I will tell you right up here, if you see where it's highlighted, that little thing, the version 5, it really does an amazing job at creating a vocal track, creates the kind of vocal track you want, and I don't consider this to be stealing at all or anything because, as I said, it's my music, my melody, my lyrics. It's just as if I took the song, sent it away to a bunch of studio musicians, and had them make it. Now, for me, still, my own point, when you hear my stuff, I have used it for a couple songs, but not in remix. I used it for a vocal track. I actually now, since I've upgraded my studio and do everything and am a musician and play all the instruments, I record all my music and stuff. Then I will record, if I have friends that are singing the song, I'll send it to them, have them do the vocals. But if it's a slow song that I just need a vocal track, I can put it in here, separate the stems like I showed you, and just take that vocal track and put it on my song. So it's still me playing all the songs that I have on my album. The key is, can you play them live? Can you get a band together? And this would be the issue with Fiverr or Suno or any one of those. If you decided to play these songs live and do this, sure, you're going to have the music down, but the vocalist is not going to be the same as the one that you used on here. So that's going to be your biggest issue. But if you're a songwriter, someone that's trying to sell songs to artists to record, then no, if people get mad about that and say, oh, that's cheating, no, it's not. You're putting your own music, your own melody, your own lyrics in there. You're not trying to pitch this to anyone to say, here's my band, here I am. You're trying to pitch this for another artist to record the song. So you're just giving your best foot forward on there. So as I said, AI is here to stay. I'm sorry for people that are mad about that. I was mad about that just like everybody else. I'm going to go away from this screen, come up to full screen. I get it. I get people being mad. That's absolutely fine because AI is, it's scary. In my work, I do digital CAD design also, and it's scary that that stuff is so now can be done just by computer. And whether we like it or not, it's here to stay for parts, and there are things that can be useful with this is what I'm trying to say. So don't fear it. I can tell you what, I had it write a couple songs for me. I wanted to test it out, did a video, had it write a couple songs, and I'm going to be honest, the lyrics to me felt lifeless. They felt stupid, like it kind of made things together. They were okay, but they weren't great. When I compare it to something like I took a song that I wrote and tried to have it do one in the same style, to me, my song was much more personal, and I did a blind test with people where I played them both versions to hear what they were, and mine won every single time on it for the lyrics because it had a purposeful meaning. You know, the AI is just trying to write something that rhymes and goes together and kind of makes sense, but as people said, the issue with that is it learned off of everybody else's music that's out on the world out there on Spotify and stuff, and then it started mimicking off that. And if you're looking in the background there, I do have a really cool guitar I made that was a Friday the 13th Crystal Lake guitar. I made that guitar from a kick guitar, and it's pretty damn cool, and I'm going to have a video about that coming up pretty soon. So I just wanted to show you how to do this, so I'll bring this up real quick again just to give a quick show through for people on how to do this. All right, here's songs. Take it, my only, this was the song, go to audio track, drop here to remix. We're going to overwrite this. Goes in here. Original. It'll actually figure out all the lyrics Now, do not take this 100% as I said, because it'll get these lyrics, some of them wrong sometimes. So what I would say is if you typed your own lyrics out, saved them on a Word file on your computer, take those, put those in manually, just copy paste it in there. And then you write down what you want, what kind of style you want this to sing. It'll give you some stuff. You could do metalcore, rock things. What I would recommend this for that's great is to follow what you did, but just have it make it just sound a little more professional, like a professional studio did it. You'll hit create, and the songs come up over here. You get...
Now cold with passing time.
That's it. That simple. All right. Hopefully, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section. I know, like I said, I had so many comments about the previous video, and people were like, yeah, but it still didn't answer how do I get the song in there and do the remix, and that's how you do it. I have the pro version, which allows you to do the remix. Now, I am going to say if you get the studio version, which I could show you here, like the studio when it comes up, it is a lot more. It's like $24 a month if you pay for the whole year. So you're going to pay roughly a little under $300, $275 for the whole year. But what you can do with that is you get 10,000 credits a month, which is more than you're ever going to use. You get the access to the latest advanced V5, which you get in Pro also. But it's this right here where you get the access to Suno Studio. And where this can be really useful for people, and I haven't used it, is if you're a full-on songwriter that you're recording everything. Say you do vocals, you do everything. You do guitar, you do piano, and you wanted a string section or something in there, you can put your song in there in Suno and have it AI like listen, follow your chords, and write a string section part for it that you can just export out the stems like I showed you how to do in the other version of the songs. It'll create all the stems, and then you can upload that string section into your song that you recorded. So, as I said, whether we like it or not, AI is here. In a sense, it's doing what it's doing. I'm trying to show you things it can be useful for in music. If you are a songwriter, if you are just yourself, your own home musician, if you've got a band, a full band, keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't use AI. Everything that I do song-wise, I still record all my guitars, all my drums, all my bass, all my keyboards and stuff that I do, and I use this sometimes for vocals. This I did find useful for old demos I had from 20 years ago that I could just upload in here and get a finished product of it. That song that I was never going to finish is now sounds professional, maybe something I could pitch to another artist to record. So, as I always say, man, music makes life better. If you're climbing up, reach down and pull somebody up with you. And honestly, have an amazing, amazing, amazing night. Anyone that comes back and checks out this video later, like I said, I didn't broadcast that it was going to be a live stream. So, wasn't expecting anybody in here. But we will... just leave a comment and I'll answer more. Hopefully this answered the questions from the previous video. People wanted a detail of how you get the song in there to remix. So did my best to show every step of how you do this and how easy it can be. So, all right, everybody, have an amazing, amazing, amazing night.